it's funny. People will when if they find out like you are, you're involved in church, you go to church, whatever. It's like sometimes people's outlook changes, and like you can honestly almost physically see like the judgment on their faces, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's like part of me thinks sometimes that people judge other people who are in church because they honestly know that they need something better in their life that they don't
Mhm.
have. So, I let people say, think, do what they want to do, but for our family, it we have benefited so much from being a part of church and being a part of believing in something that's bigger than me.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm blessed, and it's because of God. I was at a very low point, and I prayed to just find somebody that gets me. I was, relationship after relationship was just terrible, and it just was like, oh. And then I met Deb, and she at the same time, well, she prayed for, she wanted to be happy, and boom, she met me right after that, and it's very divine, and the way we met each other was such a happenstance chance. It wasn't like this constant thing. It was like we just happened to meet each other, and it's great. And I think that sometimes people, like you said, there's something missing in their life, or they want to feel like they have a better grasp on things than other folks. And
Yeah.
I can see sometimes too people being worried. It's just like with anything, with any fandom, or with any like sports team, or politics. When the worst of a group is highlighted, and then paintbrush to say this is how they all are. Like if people saw all churches as the Westboro Baptist Church,
Right.
then yeah, you're going to have this negative taste in your mouth. It would be the same as, like, for example, this is a Nacho Man Shane. He's our friend that comes over Wednesday nights for Dynamite. He's also the producer of our podcast.
Him, right?
He is a vegan. His whole family are vegans. Now, he's not an in your face vegan. We sit there and we'll eat ribs in his face. Like, we'll sit there and eat a steak. He doesn't care. It's not because that's that whole thing, is it's not he's not eating the meat.
Right.
That's his own personal choice. He doesn't sit there and lecture us. He doesn't sit there and do all this, like, oh, you're having that, I'm going to enjoy my tofu taco. He doesn't do any of that. Now, what's interesting though is his sister-in-law a couple times has tried to sneak meat to him to try as like a prank, and she's that's an awful thing to do, but she's kind of actually like being the awful person, and she's projecting like she's like, how dare you, almost like projecting like he's living his life,
Right.
and she's almost projecting that or anticipating that he's being preachy just by being vegan, and he's not. He doesn't take that stance. But my reaction when I first found out he was vegan, I was waiting for the spiel,
Right. The lecture.
because what do you hear when you think of someone that's vegan? My first thought is somebody going, that's actually killing animals.
Yeah. Very pretentious, kind of. Yeah.
And I always, have you ever seen the movie Always Be My Maybe? It's Ali Wong, and I forget who the guy actor he was an agent of He was an agent of Shield and stuff, but he was an Ant-Man. But the story was funny. She goes out on a date with Keanu Reeves,
Okay.
and they go to this restaurant where they serve the meal, but they give you headphones and you listen to the screams of the animal that you're eating while you eat it. And it's so funny because Keanu's like eating a steak and he's hearing this cow go, "Oh," like in screaming in pain. He's like, "Thank you for your sacrifice," and like this. And then it cuts to Ali Wong, and she's hearing these dying chickens, and she's just like eating
Oh.
like crazy. I know it's a funny scene, but to me, it's just kind of funny how that happens. But yeah, I kind of, with the point I guess I was trying to make before that tangent is, I think that sometimes people, and it goes with fandom, and it goes with a lot of things, is they tend to take one example the worst example of a group
Yeah.
and assume that everybody in that group is that way.
Yes.
It's churchgoers. Well, they're all these religious zealots because that one person was crazy, or Democrats are all these crazy people because of this one person, or Republicans are all wearing Ku Klux Klan hats because they this. And I wish that was. I wish people were a little more skeptical of that kind of thing, because I think that's what that really contributes to dividing us as a society.
Well, yeah, and I think just a little less judgment.
Yeah. Catch new episodes of Mental Health Mondays every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Start your week off with a smile and some inspiration.